So the New York starting five. Josh Hart out there with OG Anunoby. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns. Then it's Jalen Brunson. And it's Bridges in at the 2 spot. And for the Pistons, Harris steps in at the 4 with Duren at the center spot. Cunningham is out there with Robinson. And it's Thompson in at the small forward position. Stan, we expect to see a lot of action inside tonight. Both of these teams have powerhouse front courts.
Yeah, Kevin, it could get very, very physical down low. You're right about that. It is size versus size. They're going to be fighting for position, fighting for every rebound, Kevin. It's kind of like an old school energy to this matchup.
Here's Brunson. And no good, his first shot of the night, missing.
Well, and even though he couldn't get that one to fall, that's a shot they want him taking.
Bridges against Duren. Harris outside. Thompson outside. Clock at 6. Duren sets the screen for Thompson. Shot's good by Duren.
Let me tell you something about Jalen Duren. This guy fears no one, and he plays with a mean streak. Precise delivery on the pass. Led him perfect.
Harris outside. The Pistons working the ball around now. And stolen by Hart. Pass to Brunson. The 3. Detroit with the rebound. And here's Cunningham. The Knicks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Let's go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
I briefly spoke with J.B. Bickerstaff. Well, right away, Coach shared his thoughts on Jalen Brunson. He said, quote, he's going to get hot, that's just a fact. But the moment that happens, we hope to trap him, double him, and throw water on that fire. There you have it. Sounds like Coach is hoping for the best, but preparing for the worst when it comes to Brunson. Guys?
Okay, Allie, thank you.
And that's the kind of play that fires up your team. Harris with the strength to finish through contact.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And over the course of his career, Tobias Harris has shown a willingness to embrace various roles.
Well, look, Kevin, Tobias Harris is not only a highly skilled player, but he is a team-oriented, win-first, veteran guy, totally unselfish, and will just figure out a way that he needs to help any team he's on get to where they want to go.
Cunningham with it. Pass to Duren. Outside Robinson. For the 3. Good. And Harris gets the assist.
It had to be lightning quick, and Robinson got it away.
Bridges outside. Anunoby has the open look. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. The Pistons have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for it to start off this game. Cunningham dishes it to Harris. The kick out to Cunningham. 4 on the shot clock. Lets the 3 fly. Hits it from three-point range.
Wow, Cunningham dialing it up from three-point range.
And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the Knicks. Trailing by 5. Shoots the 3. Duren pulls it in. The Pistons have gone 4-4 to start, so a nice offensive rhythm to start here. Pass to Harris. Duren with the screen on Hart. There's the lob to Duren. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
What timing on the alley-oop from Duren. That speaks to the chemistry and connection he has with his guys.
Anunoby outside. Hart outside. Towns a screen on Harris. Will it go? Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Sticking with it. Towns wanted that bucket.
The offensive skill set for Karl Anthony Towns, Greg is a 7-footer, is very special, to say the least.
The outstanding shooting, the post play, and he's worked on his defense. He may never be elite at that end, but he ignites an offense.
And a hard-nosed defensive identity for this Knicks. But, G.A., there's been some slippage.
Well, the challenge has been their two best offensive players get targeted at the other end. The adage, you're only as strong as your weakest link, it has some truth to it.
That is what they want from Duran. Spike it, young fella.
Brunson the pass to Towns. Rebound by the Pistons.
Well, if you have the space, you have to take that shot. He missed it, but he's trying to keep the defense honest.
Now here is Harris. Back to Cunningham. Outside Robinson. Good, and the assist goes to Cunningham. Robinson's got a couple of threes now in the first with the Pistons. Brunson the pass to Hart. There's the screen for three. Thompson with the rebound. Pistons leading by 9. Nice ball movement by Detroit. For three, Harris can't get it to fall, and he's missed the second after making his first. Outside, Towns. And he uses the glass on the layup. Towns has got 9 points.
Yeah, with his size and build, Towns can be very forceful inside, and no one was able to stop him.
Now, here's Cunningham. Duran finds Harris. Cunningham against Brunson. Cunningham gets the bucket.
Yep, and that's a confidence builder for Cunningham. Good to see him getting it done inside.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Here's Towns. He sinks the 11-footer. 11 points for Karl Anthony Towns.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Cunningham sets a screen for Robinson. A three-pointer is right on target.
Crushing it right now. They've done an excellent job of spacing the floor.
Yeah, we thought this might be the case. You see a few of those go through the net, it becomes contagious.
Now, here's Hart. Hasn't made one yet. And the shot will not go from Anunoby. Pass to Harris. Cunningham, a screen on Hart. Harris against Hart. Harris inside, and the layup's good off the glass. And now a 12-point Piston lead.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
Yeah, now it's all about maintaining this lead, but you can't start playing it safe. You got to keep attacking and executing.
Oh, gritty make by Brunson.
That guy plays way bigger than his size.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Pistons.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
And it seems they've also put an emphasis on moving the ball, working to rotate around the defense and find those quality looks.
Second-round pick back in 2018. Stardom wasn't expected for Jalen Brunson, but he's always been a winner.
You look at his physical attributes, nothing jumps out at you, but it's all between the ears with him. The skill, the footwork, the vision, that's what makes him elite. Yeah, they have gone full throttle from the opening tip, showing no signs of letting up.
Yeah, they've come out with more energy and effort, and that's reflected in the score.
And so Mike Brown calls a timeout. He's ready to talk things through with them. The Knicks making a switch here. Clarkson's checked in. Robinson kicks to Anunoby. Lobbed up there for Robinson. Stolen by Thompson. Harris passes to Cunningham. Looking for Harris. He gets it there. Got that one up quick. Harris has got his third basket of the night right there.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly how you want to start a game, with a big offensive push. Well, he sends it inside where they can get a high percentage look. That's just great basketball.
So it's the Pistons now, following the score by New York. Thompson, a screen on Anunoby. They get it back. Cunningham outside. Five on the clock. It's rebounded by New York. On the wing, Bridges. He's covered by Thompson. Here's Anunoby. Chalk up two there. Anunoby's got it back down to within single digits for the Knicks.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
That's a two from Cunningham. Up and in for the basket. Number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now.
Yeah, and Cunningham is one of the more difficult players to guard in that pick and roll.
Brunson, a screen on Harris. Good on the triple. Anunoby's got his second basket of the night.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Thompson outside. Harris outside. There's the triple. And Mikal Bridges pulls it down.
Well, the numbers will show that Duren is one of the top offensive rebounders in the game. He is a high-motor player.
Now here's Brunson. Down low, Anunoby, and he drops it in from the low post. Anunoby's got 7 points in the game.
Well, the screen is what gave him space to make his move.
Cunningham looking it over. Good work there as it goes. 11 points in the game.
Well, with the size that Cunningham has, he is a real handful inside.
Brunson against Cunningham. Clarkson outside. Over Robinson. Duren pulls it in. Duren's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Outside Robinson. Pass to Duren. In the corner, it's Harris. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Cunningham's shot is off. And Jalen Duren picks up the foul. That's his first foul. So Detroit ends up going with the new group. Then for the Knicks, Karl Anthony Towns checked in for OG Anunoby. Landry Shamet comes in for Mikal Bridges. And it's Jose Alvarado in for Jalen Brunson. Alvarado passes to Towns. 1:03 left to play in the first quarter. Back to Alvarado. Good, and the assist goes to Towns.
Well, look, Towns is not just a scorer. He's a willing and capable playmaker as well.
Now LeVert. Pass to Jenkins. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. And the Pistons lead by 10.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Takes the three. Another three for Detroit.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from that.
Here's Clarkson. Towns in the corner. From outside, off the mark. Domination in the first quarter. It's been pretty lopsided. Pistons lead by 13. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And Stephen Clark, Pistons pretty much in control here.
Well, you have to love what they've done offensively after that first period.
Well, you know I'm going to give this coaching staff some credit. What a great game plan they've had. Let's see if this can continue.
They've got Karis LeVert. Isaiah Stewart out there with Holland. Then it's Kevin Huerter. And it's Jenkins in at the point. They're the group Detroit will start the second with. You look at the Pistons stand, statistically pretty solid across the board.
Yeah, they're well balanced. They have guys with size, athleticism, skill. You got to give a lot of credit to the front office and these players for their hard work.
Here's Towns following the three by Detroit. Three-pointer. It's hauled in by Stewart. Quarter number 2. We're about a minute in. Here's Holland, defended by Towns. And Holland gets it to go. And the Pistons lead by 18.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, my man is going for the jugular.
Detroit's gone 7 of 11 from deep tonight, using the three-pointer to their advantage. LeVert from outside. Drops in the tray. LeVert's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
And they're getting points. They're getting stops. And this is how they'd like to play all the time.
Great example of how to build a lead and then sustain it. You win games on both ends of the floor.
Now Stewart. After Jordan Clarkson missing on that last three-pointer.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
And so Mike Brown calls a timeout. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. A different look here for Detroit. Thompson, he's checked in for LeVert. Duncan Robinson comes in for Kevin Huerter. And it's Cunningham in for Jenkins. On defense, Detroit. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 23 points. Towns, wide open. Plenty of room to knock down the shot. Towns has got 13.
And with that basket, he's able to end a 10-0 run by the Pistons.
Inside, stolen by Clarkson. And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
Thanks a lot. Plenty of pressure for a player like Cade Cunningham, asked to shoulder the load. He said, that's what I asked for, to be in the NBA, to be in these moments. I try not to shy away from them. He practices meditation, and he says it's really helped me. Anytime I need to just reset, I can do it. Back over to you guys.
Able to dial it in. Okay, Allie, thanks. Towns dishes to Clarkson. Back to Towns from the arc. And another one in the scoring column for him. He's 7 of 10 from the field.
Well, Towns is sort of a rhythm scorer. He's been in a groove tonight, and his team recognizes that. They keep calling his number.
Now, here's Thompson. Robinson with the block. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Pass to Clarkson. Towns sets the pick for Clarkson. Count that one. Detroit leading by 16. Now here's Thompson. Outside Robinson. Stewart, a screen for Robinson. Up again. Knicks with the rebound. Now here's Towns. He's got 16. Alvarado with it. Pass to Shamet. To the left side wing. Shot clock at 6. Drains it from beyond the arc. Towns has got 19 points.
Well, you got to close out on Towns from there because he's lethal from those corner spots.
And here's Cunningham. 11 points in the game. Thompson outside. And again, it's the Pistons missing. Knicks trail by 13. Shamet kicks to Clarkson. Pass to Alvarado. Towns for 3. It's hauled in by Stewart. Detroit's gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. Here's Holland. Stewart passes to Cunningham. A fader. That one is good again. He's 6 for 8 from the floor with the basket. So, Stan, let me pose this question. What do you think is the most important thing to stress in youth basketball?
I think there's 2 things, Kevin, that need to be stressed in youth basketball. The first one is love the game. Make it enjoyable for guys because, look, if kids love it and enjoy it, they'll keep playing it, they'll keep practicing it, and they'll get better. And then the second thing that goes along with that is the fundamentals. You can never do too much work on footwork, ball handling, and things like that.
And so the timeout here by J.B. Bickerstaff. He's going to take a few moments here to check in with his team and regroup. Tobias Harris has checked in for Detroit. And a new group in for the Knicks. Hart, he's checked in for Robinson. OG Anunoby comes in for Landry Shamet. Bridges, he's checked in for Clarkson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Jose Alvarado. Anunoby against Thompson. Cunningham outside. Thompson, a screen on Brunson. Back to Thompson. And Thompson throws it down.
And when he lets the athleticism take over, Thompson can do almost anything.
Hart outside. Bridges sets the screen for Hart. Oh, and he almost had a 4-point play right there. He'll go to the line with a chance for 3. And G.A., you started your career with the Knicks. What memories do you have from your time in New York?
Well, after winning a championship in college, it was great to play for a team in the NBA that had similar aspirations. So many great veterans to learn from and a Hall of Fame coach.
Free throw good. Hart. And Stan, when you think of the most athletic teams in the NBA, the Pistons have to be right up there.
Yeah, a handful of supreme athletes. And most importantly, Kevin, they use that athleticism to attack and disrupt. That's what makes the difference.
Duran, he's checked in for the Pistons. And the second free throw, good. And the Pistons combining veteran shooting, Stan, with their young core. And it's been a winning recipe.
Yeah, they've given Cade Cunningham room to operate, Along with Jalen Duren and Asar Thompson, so much athleticism to attack that newfound space.
And he nails the third. So it's the Pistons now. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead. Outside, Robinson. Thompson outside. Harris outside. Over Hart. It's rebounded by Anunoby.
Well, you can't play better defense than that, patrolling that mid-range area.
Brunson against Cunningham. Brunson, left side. 6 to shoot. Jalen Brunson with the float game.
Amazing floater from Brunson. He continues to show how dangerous he can be.
Thompson surveying the floor. Cunningham outside. Over Brunson. Knicks with the rebound. Towns has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Hart. And Hart throws it down.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Well, that's exactly what's needed when you're trying to turn things around.
Cunningham gets the bucket.
Well, Cunningham, offensively, he can hurt you in so many ways, and he's got it all working tonight.
Hart outside. Anunoby, a screen on Harris. Hart outside. No good from outside.
And even against defense as tight as that, you almost expect him to still bury those.
This one for 3. Falls right in. He is 8 for 11 with that shot.
I love that move by Cunningham to create the space for himself.
Hart outside. Towns against Duren. Brunson outside. Here's Towns. That falls. Nice speed that time from Brunson. Brunson's got 3 assists in the game. Outside Robinson. Now Duren. He's got 8. Pass to Cunningham. Fires the 3. And Mikal Bridges pulls it down. And here's Bridges. He'll bring it up for the Knicks. It's a 10-point game. Brunson the pass to Towns. Over Thompson. And the Knicks getting another bucket right there.
Playing from behind right here. Not easy, but he is answering the bell.
Well, consistent scoring is a good foundation for a comeback. They can't be wasting possessions now.
And so the timeout here by J.B. Bickerstaff. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. Mitchell Robinson's checked in for the Knicks. On defense, the Knicks. Trailing here by 8. Thompson outside. Pass to Cunningham. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson. Cunningham's got 20 points.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless, building this lead in every way possible.
Now, here's Anunoby. 7 points in the game. Oh, Brunson wheeling his way in there.
And defense is all over Brunson inside, but still manages to outmaneuver them for the deuce.
Here's Cunningham. 20 points for him. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Cunningham's got 11 here in this quarter alone.
No, that's some fancy ball handling right there. Since when does he take guys off the dribble?
Pass to Hart. Bridges outside. A minute 42 left here in the second, and they pick up 2.
Nimble inside play by Bridges, working his way to a close-range shot.
Now Harris, defended by Hart. Harris kicks to Cunningham. Robinson pulls it in. Robinson's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Anunoby passes to Hart. Now Bridges takes the 13-footer. Hart outside. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson. Hart's got 8.
You can't afford to let Hart get going from deep. He's ready to shoot it when given the opportunity. That is ferocious.
You said it. That was ferocious. Now here's Brunson. 7 points in the game.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up. Harris with it. Defended by Hart. Harris, good. 9 points in the game so far.
And it does a world of good for them to have Harris getting busy inside. Gives them that inside-out edge they're looking for.
Now, here's Bridges. He's off on that one. To the middle. And Harris gets it to go on the assist by Robinson. And now a 9-point Piston lead. Now here's Brunson. Over Cunningham. Offline from the top of the key. And so that brings the first half to a close. The Pistons on top, leading by 9. We'll see you back here for third quarter basketball. And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. And what can you say? Towns, an impressive effort here.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
Yeah, it's not like he's getting everything at the rim. He's playing smart and just taking what the defense gives him.
Pistons leading by 9. And New York looking at who they've got. Mikal Bridges out there with Jalen Brunson. Then it's Josh Hart. Then there's Towns, and it's Anunoby in at the 3. Thompson misses.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
There's no air space there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. Bridges shot. Good.
No hesitation from Bridges. He gets the ball and is primed to take that shot.
To the inside. Here's Harris. 6 for 10 with that shot going in. That's a good game for a lot of guys.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look
at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Yeah, I like how they're establishing their interior presence right away. That's going to collapse the defense and create other opportunities.
Now Harris, after OG Anunoby missed from long range. Pass to Harris. Good, and the assist goes to Cunningham. Cunningham's got his 6th assist on the night.
Well, they have to be thrilled with how reliable he's been tonight.
You know, Stan, when you talk about the skill set Cade Cunningham possesses, what impresses you most?
I think a couple of things, Kevin. Number one, his poise is outstanding. This guy never gets bothered by anything that happens in a game, by any type of adversity. He's just going to come back with the same mindset on the next play. And also, his shooting has improved so much that you've now got to defend him honestly on the perimeter, and that sets up the rest of his game.
Here's Brunson, following the basket by Cade Cunningham. Cunningham against Brunson. 6 on the shot clock. Over Cunningham, and Cunningham with the block.
Cunningham has great length for his position, and he uses it right there.
And Detroit again with the bucket.
Well, their schemes have been effective, and he's been a significant part of their focus.
Knicks trail by 9. Brunson kicks to Anunoby. Outside, Towns. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play. It's going to be Towns shooting. That's on Jalen Duren. He made the only free throw attempt he had earlier in the game.
One shot.
Really a good season for him overall last year when you look at the number, 83% from the line.
The free throw drops for Towns.
Well, when your big can contribute from the line like Towns, you got to like your chances.
And so the timeout here by J.B. Bickerstaff. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. Here's Duren. He's got 8. Pass to Thompson. Cunningham for 3. The Knicks pull it in. Towns has got his 5th rebound in this one. And it's hard penetrating. The kick out to Anunoby. Off target with his 3. Pistons leading by 6. Now Thompson. Cunningham outside. That 3 off the mark.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Brunson against Cunningham. With some arc. Hart wide open. He fires. That falls. Nice feed that time from Brunson.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
Thompson outside. Robinson on the wing. And Harris wide open. He shoots. Hits the jumper in space. Harris has got 17 now.
And through hard work, this has become Harris's bread and butter. A knockdown shooter off the catch.
Here's Towns. Duren pulls it in. Duren's got 7 rebounds in the game. Robinson passes to Duren. Now here's Cunningham. Thompson outside. Just 4 to shoot. From past the arc. It's rebounded by New York. Anunoby with it. 10 points for him. Back to Hart. Towns, high post. Brunson outside. Up top, Hart. Anunoby in the corner. A three-pointer off the mark. Pistons leading by 5. Pass to Cunningham. And here is Robinson. To the paint. Here's Harris. And misses it off the right side of the rim. And so it's Hart who brings up the ball for the Knicks. Bounce pass from Anunoby. Brunson outside. Towns looking it over. The kick out to Anunoby. Here's Hart. And again, it's the Knicks missing. Detroit's gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. And the basket by Harris.
A solid 6'8". Harris can more than handle his own inside. Really an overlooked part of his game.
Now here's Brunson. 7 points in the game. Duren against Towns. Can they get it? And the rebound goes to the Pistons. Duren's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. There's the lob to Duren. Towns with the steal. Pass to Brunson. Back to Bridges. Now here's Towns. Guarded by Harris. Towns kicks to Brunson. From the stripe. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. Towns has got his 3rd assist on the night.
Great jumper there from Brunson, living off that mid-range.
And so the timeout here by J.B. Bickerstaff. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. Detroit making a switch here. Jenkins checked in. Pistons leading by 5. Thompson outside. Launches it. And there's Jenkins. That's good on the assist by Thompson. Jenkins got 11 points.
Well, you love assisted hoops. That's good offense.
Towns against Duren. A floater. And it's Towns missing. The Pistons have gone 7 of 12 from the floor since coming out of the break. Robinson kicks to Harris. And here is Jenkins. 11 points in the game. It's good. And now a 10-point Detroit lead. The Knicks shooting a troubling 38% in the third. Not the finest work of this offense. Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Well, a lot of conversation in the NBA about expansion. Commissioner Adam Silver said there are clearly markets out there that are very interested and will run through a process. I'm looking forward to it. There's an enormous amount of interest out there. It's on the league to look at it holistically. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Allie, we appreciate the report. Outside for Robinson. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got 4 assists in the game.
Robinson not afraid to let it fly from deep. You got to get out on him.
Now, here's Anunoby. He's got 10 from deep. Duren pulls it in.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
Yeah, and sometimes guys just start pressing. The best thing for him is to just slow it down and concentrate on solid shot selection.
And so far, Harris is having his way on offense. The defense just has not found an answer for his energy on that end.
Now, here's Hart. He's got 11. Now Jenkins. Pass to Harris. Basket counts. Harris has got 12 points in just the second half.
What I like here, even with the big lead, they continue to execute their offense.
Yeah, to put together this kind of performance at both ends of the floor on the road, it's impressive.
And so Mike Brown calls a timeout. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. So for the Pistons, Holland, he's checked in for Harris. Karis LeVert comes in for Asar Thompson. And Kevin Huerter subbed in for Robinson. Here's Robinson. Here's Shamet. Alvarado finds Clarkson. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
And, guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, and yet we still see it a lot. It's a tough thing to police.
The Knicks making a switch here. Sohan's checked in. Here are the Pistons with the ball. They're on a 16-4 run. To the middle. Here's Durham. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. It's on Mitchell Robinson.
What strength right there from Durham, just powering through the foul.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Pistons.
Well, they've been owning the painted area offensively. I love the intensity they're playing with down there.
And another stat that they've excelled at is points off assists. They're moving the ball around and creating great looks for one another.
Free throw, no good for Duren. And you talk about size, coach, strength, and bounce. Jalen Duren drawing comparisons now to a young Dwight Howard.
Yeah, he certainly is, Kevin. And look, I like to be careful when we're making those kind of comparisons with a young player and a Hall of Famer like Dwight Howard. But there are similarities with the athleticism and the relentless approach to defense and rebound.
And New York making a change here. Diawara's checked in. And the free throw drops for LeVert. Knicks trail by 20. Alvarado with it. There's a screen by Robinson. Clarkson outside. Shot to stop the run. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Jordan Clarkson can be so crafty, able to navigate the foul and get his shot to go.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. A different look here for Detroit. Stewart comes in for Duren, and it's Cunningham in for Karis LeVert.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And that one misses.
Well, look, Clarkson is a great guy to have in your lineup simply due to his versatility.
Knicks trail by 18. Robinson passes to Alvarado. And no one near Clarkson as he lets it go. And the Knicks miss again. Pistons shooting the lights out in this building, 68% from the field. 1:21 left in the third quarter. 6 to shoot. Here's Cunningham. Count it. Cunningham's got 28.
Can't argue with a chance like that. Give me more of those.
And here's Clarkson. He brings it up for the New York Knicks. From outside the arc, here's Robinson, and it's Robinson with the jam.
That's why you never quit battling on the offensive glass.
And that's a nice reward for his effort. The flush, perfect.
Well, that's what he does. He makes an impact with his activity on the boards.
Here's Herder, following the score by New York. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's on Mitchell Robinson.
Good to see Stewart playing with aggression. This is how he attracts contact.
Detroit shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game.
Yeah, and fairly decent a season ago, about 77% from the line.
And he makes the first.
A 2020 first-round pick, Isaiah Stewart is a load at 6'8", 250. He is very intense. He's a guy you want on your side.
And so Stewart nails both of them. There's 39 seconds left to play in the third. Now Alvarado. Offline with his three. Herder on the wing. He's covered by Shamet. Here's Jenkins. No good on the three. Here's Diawara. Still scoreless. Here's Clarkson. The shot's good. And so it's the Detroit Pistons with an 18-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. And we'll see if they can keep up their tremendous shooting they've been dialed in so far from the field. We'll return shortly. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Wow, that was an absolute masterpiece of an assist. He knew exactly when to deliver the ball, and it made for a beautiful score.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. We've got Isaiah Stewart. Kevin Herder is out there with Holland. Then it's Cunningham, and it's Jenkins in at the one spot. That's the group for Detroit right now. And that one's good, Shamet.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Cunningham inside. He's covered by Clarkson. Knicks trail by 16. Towns, the pass to Robinson. And that one drops for him. And it's 8 points for Mitchell Robinson.
Consistency all game long. He's going to continue, I think, to have to take it over to get them back in the game.
Robinson against Stewart. And Jenkins kicks to Herder. And he stays with it. Cunningham drives in. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Cunningham's got 30.
There's the handle of Cunningham on full display with that nice tape.
Clarkson dishes to Robinson. Right side Towns. Clarkson for three. It's rebounded by Jenkins. Jenkins got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight. Cunningham for three. And he's good on the three ball. Cunningham's got 33 points.
And defense has to guard Cade in the corner. He will take and make that shot.
Outside, Towns. Back to Alvarado. Clarkson for three. Detroit with the rebound. Stewart's got 4 rebounds in this game. Pistons leading by 19 points. Here's Holland. Makes it off the glass.
Ever since halftime, they've played precision basketball on the offensive end.
Well, the coaching staff made some adjustments for the second half, and they've come out with focus and execution.
Now here's Towns. Left side, Clarkson. Good, and the assist goes to Towns.
Good execution there. Clarkson smooth off the catch.
Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth. Great open look there. And the Pistons lead by 20.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
And so it's Mike Brown here calling timeout. He has decided it's the right time to talk. Tobias Harris is checked in for Holland. Miles McBride's checked in for the Knicks. Jalen Brunson comes in for Jordan Clarkson. Brunson scanning the floor. Towns against Harris. Right side Towns, just 5 on the clock. Brunson, that's a two-pointer. It's hauled in by Stewart. Stewart's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Pass to Harris. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. 25 points for Tobias Harris.
And difficult to convert in the face of that kind of D. Harris isn't afraid to take the tough shots and never has been.
Now here is Robinson. Left side, Towns. Over Harris. New York, no good that time either.
When the defense is playing off you like that, you want to be able to convert, but that time he just couldn't get it done.
Stewart, a screen for Harris. Nailed from three-point land. Harris has got 5 points now this quarter.
They just won't miss. I mean, this is incredible.
Well, as a coach, this is when you enjoy what you're watching. Your team playing well and everything just flowing. Well, you like the competitive mindset there, trying to answer right back. It just didn't fall.
Here's Jenkins, pass to Herter. Off target from outside.
Oh, man, you know he'd love to have that one over.
Here's Towns. Lays it up off the glass. And that's now 30 points for Karl Anthony Towns.
Excellent work by Towns, refusing to let the contact throw him off balance.
Cunningham outside, going inside. Shoots over Alvarado. And Detroit again with the bucket. And so it's Towns with it. He brings it up for the Knicks. At the elbow, Brunson. And the rebound goes to the Pistons. Jenkins got 5 rebounds tonight. Stewart, a screen for Cunningham. To the left wing. Jenkins the pass to Harris. That one drops for him. Harris has got 30.
And loving the strategy. Even though you're well ahead, you want to stay in attack mode.
Yeah, you got to keep going at him. You don't want to leave any hope for a comeback.
And Brunson gets it to go.
And Brunson more than comfortable shooting the three. And boy, is he efficient when he lets it fly.
Now here's Jenkins. Harris with it. Now guarded by Towns. Robinson with the block. Brunson, left side. Towns sets the pick for Brunson. The kick out to Towns. Off target from three-point range. The Pistons have gotten exactly 2/3 of their shots to find the bottom of the net here in the fourth, 8 of 12. Pass to Cunningham. Got it. Good job in the low post. Cunningham's got 37.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Yeah, he's leaving no doubt in this one, doing everything he can to slam the door on a comeback.
Now here's Towns, and a miss there on the triple. To the inside, Harris kicks to Jenkins. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Back to Stewart. And here's Herter. Misses the three. Robinson passes to Brunson. And here's Towns, guarded by Harris. Fires the three. It's rebounded by Jenkins. Jenkins got his 6th rebound on the night. Cunningham outside. And it's off from three-point range. And for the Knicks, they're shooting 47% from the floor, getting it done. Pass to Brunson. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Brunson's got 6 here in this quarter.
Just a reflexive move by Brunson, putting complete trust in his mechanics.
Cunningham on the wing. He's defended by Alvarado. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
That's an aggressive play and a chance for Cunningham to get 3 points the old-fashioned way.
A different look here for Detroit. Jalen Duren. He's checked in for Stewart. Asar Thompson comes in for Kevin Herter. And it's Duncan Robinson in for Jenkins. The Knicks also changing it up. Josh Hart, he's checked in for Robinson. OG Anunoby comes in for Miles McBride. And it's Bridges in for Jose Alvarado. And the free throw, no good.
Well, it's his heart and leadership that set Cunningham apart. He's never given you less than 100%, and he's always playing to win.
Now, here's Bridges. The three ball. Robinson pulls it in.
Well defended that time. He's a shooter that the D has to close down on quickly when he's ready to pull the trigger.
Here's Cunningham. Plays it up and banks it in. Cunningham's got 41.
A defensive breakdown there, no doubt about it. I mean, he's a guy you have to be focused on defensively.
Brunson finds Towns. Hart with a screen on Duren. And that one's good. Towns.
Well, look, Towns is an elite big man shooter. He's very dangerous when he gets breathing room from deep.
Here's Cunningham. And he converts the layup. Cunningham's got 43 points.
And the D had no answer for that move. Beautifully done. Easy layup.
Towns, a screen on Cunningham. Outside, Towns. A three-pointer, no good.
And you know what? If you're the defense, you got him right where you want him. Let him keep shooting those threes because he's been brutal in this half.
Now, here is Robinson. Pass to Duren. Stolen by Anunoby. Hart kicks to Towns. Hits the three-point bomb. Towns has got 36.
Yeah, showing off that ability to stretch the floor. Seems like everyone is a threat at the arc these days.
Cunningham inside. Brunson covering. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So one free throw coming up. And that sends Cade Cunningham to the free throw line. That's on Jalen Brunson. So Detroit going with an almost entire new group here. All Reeves checked in for Jalen Duren. Allen comes in for Tobias Harris. Kevin Herter, he's checked in for Asar Thompson. And it's Jenkins in for Duncan Robinson. And that one misses. The Knicks shooting at 42% in this final quarter. Clarkson finds Alvarado. Back to Clarkson. Outside, Towns. 5 to shoot. New York needs to get off a shot. And Clarkson gets it to go on the assist by Towns. Towns has got 6 assists now in the game.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Pistons.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Cade Cunningham.
Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
So it's the Pistons now, after New York gets the 3. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
Taking no chances, they go on one last run to seal the deal.
Yeah, this run has poured a bucket of water on any ember of a potential comeback.
Detroit making a switch here. Smith is checked in, and a new group in for the Knicks. Josh Hart, he's checked in for Robinson. OG Anunoby comes in for Clarkson. Mikal Bridges checked in for Miles McBride. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Jose Alvarado. Here's Brunson. Pass to Towns. Hart kicks to Towns. Here's Brunson. Out to Bridges. 3-pointer. A shot's good on the assist by Brunson.
Yeah, coming down the stretch, they've become reliant upon their perimeter game.
Well, if you're looking to get points in a hurry as the game clock's running down, that's certainly the way to do it.
Jenkins with it. And so Detroit takes this one by a big margin. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. And for all of us here at the table, Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony and our terrific sideline reporter, Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us tonight. And now, our player of the game, Cade Cunningham.